Y'all got any questions on? Oh shit, what's up, San Cheesy? My back is hurting. Oh, my bucko. What's up, veterans, military? Y'all got any questions on the VA disability claims process, high value VA claims, VA benefits, GI Bill, Post 9/11, Champ VA, motherfucking denied VA claims, Pact Act, presumptive conditions? Will Bill Cosby join the live? Nah, I mean, I keep inviting Bill Cosby, but Bill Cosby, he be playing games, brother, man. He be playing games. Be playing the wrong games. He over there, worried about what's going on MSNBC. So, definitely, hopefully, one day Bill Cosby does make an appearance. When he does, we be like, oh, the man, the myth, the legend. You know what I'm talking about? But hey, y'all got any questions pertaining to your own VA disability journey? Let your boy know. As pertaining to motherfucker, yeah, where's Keith Sweat? Motherfucking Stevens. Motherfucking question. Debo, will you discuss the benefits of joining your channel? So outside of just subscribing to the channel, when you do join the channel, I'm gonna just go off of this because I don't know all of this off the top of my head. I'm still working with it, but there's a feature trying to take advantage of the feature. But $4.99 veteran Padawan, just basic, just some basic creativities when it comes to lives and priority chats. When it goes to the next tier, veteran apprentice, you get a couple perks, shout outs, but mainly if you have any personal questions that you want to get off your chest, you want one-on-one coaching, that is available at the middle tier. It's only 3 tiers, not a whole lot of money. One-on-one private consulting. It's not going to be immediate, but I will respond to emails within 24 hours. And then at the last one, veteran master, it's going to be if you do purchase that, 15-minute consultation. We figure out the specifics on that. Possibly Google Meets, Hangouts, motherfucking Microsoft Teams, whatever the case may be. You got 15 minutes to either try to see what type of person I am. If you got specific questions pertaining to yourself, hey, we can go through it, and then pretty much from there it'll determine pretty much if you want to, take me on as your consult, or you're like, hey, this motherfucker blowing smoke up my ass type shit. As well as personal statement templates. I'm trying to develop, trying to see if I can do a website to where I can have that immediately linked. But as y'all do come in, I'll send I'll send the personal statement templates to y'all, just, personally. So, just a general, it's pretty much what I've utilized since I started doing my VA claims process. I've always refined it, as well as when I'm helping veterans, I tweak it a little bit more too. So, I mean, it's always gotten me service connected, either on a denied claim, a new claim, as well as an increase. So now when I give it to other veterans, it helps them as well. So my back, come on, saying cheese, motherfucker. Christopher Cannon, what's up, dog? What's good with it, brother? Happy Friday, Christopher. Hope you're doing good. How are you currently doing your VA claims process? I know it's been a minute, but what's up, dog? I think you had 100% last we talked. I got a couple of things going on in my head, but definitely want to see where you at, brother, man. Motherfucker, Keith Sweat. I'm sure Keith Sweat will be here. I'm sure he will. Will joining your channel get us 100% PNT? I mean, not off rip, Steven. Well, even Stevens, but you definitely got to put in the work. Half of it is okay. Hey, I mean, most of it's going to be on you. Like, you got to be still going into the doctor. You got to build that medical evidence. If you get the highest tier, hey, I'm going to provide you with personal statement template that has helped me, as well as, a couple of other veterans. I'm not going to say hundreds because I'm not in that level yet. But, hey, definitely there. Definitely will push y'all towards 100%. I did get I'll say recently, over the last week, got 2 veterans to 100%. So, hey, it just depends on what you're trying to do. What you trying to do, baby? What you trying to do? Christopher, you boy got that 100% PT last week. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I knew that, Chris. There you go. Motherfucker about to come adopt a Debo. Get your boy. Motherfucking San Cheesy. Debo needs to become a consultant and stop playing. Hey, San Cheesy. I'm starting, I've been getting, bits and veterans here and there, some active duty folks, just like putting the fillers out. Hey, I'm trying to expand a little bit. Still trying to juggle between YouTube, actual work, motherfucking goddamn motherfucking peasanthood, motherfucking fatherhood, you know what I'm talking about? So definitely, I gotta find a good balance for all of them. Even though, daughter, she like, what, 3? But She still be rapping your boy's head. Oh, but hey, as y'all coming in, y'all got any questions pertaining to your own VA disability? LA, there you go. I sent LA a personal statement template. How do you feel about that template? You know, it was a while back though. LA, why is sleep apnea hard to get a rating if I did not have servicemen? Okay, so it's hard because the VA sees it as, okay, that's a quick 50% that veterans can get. And if you don't have any medical evidence, oh, motherfucker, Keith Sweat is in the motherfucker. His house. What's up, brother, man? Motherfucker, nobody does it better. What's up, dog? What's good with you, man? But yeah, LA. Oh, Chris, thank you for all your help. Oh, appreciate you, dog. Appreciate your strife. It is top notch for your template. Oh, appreciate you, dog. Appreciate you. Damn it on. You know what I'm talking about. But hey, going back to sleep apnea. So sleep apnea is hard if you have no in-service complaints or if your medical evidence doesn't point to the onset of being in service. Now, a lot of veterans, you know, they probably put, you know, they figure out about sleep apnea a couple of years, maybe a couple of months, obviously outside of that 1 year period in which they could have submitted for a claim to, you know, it will be presumptive. The year period post your ETS is considered presumptive. Whatever you submit to the VA, they're, you know, supposed to take in consideration, especially if you had a diagnosis of sleep apnea or signs and symptoms within that year period. The further away you get from your ETS, the harder it is to get sleep apnea direct service connected with the absence of medical evidence. But you could always build sleep apnea on a secondary disability, which, you know, a lot of veterans, you know, how do I do it? But as well, you know, because sleep apnea is a 50% off rip. But I mean, if you can't push for the 50, at least have good medical evidence to get at least 30%. You want to at least get service connection for sleep apnea. And some of the signs and symptoms of the 30% criteria doesn't necessarily you require the use or need the use of a CPAP machine, but you have the signs and symptoms of sleep apnea, daytime sleepiness, you're falling asleep in odd places, at work, while driving, you know, in pretty much dangerous situations. You can get 30% for that. Still hard to do it direct, but you can always secondary it to an already service-connected disability. You know, hopefully that answers your question, motherfucker. LA, motherfucker, double. What's up, dog? Hello, love your channel, appreciate your strife, brother, man. Brother, sister, man. Very helpful question. I got PTSD 70%. Is insomnia a separate claim or will it just combine it? They will just combine it. So when it comes to increasing your mental health disability, you want to focus on how have your symptoms and how has impacts to your personal life and to your work life has worsened since your last C&P exam or since you've been service, you know, since that C&P exam for PTSD specifically. So you can have multiple mental health diagnoses. Motherfucker, that's right, Keith Sweat, motherfucker, nobody. But if your medical evidence still doesn't, you know, maintain, you always want to maintain medical evidence. At least at, you know, whatever level, wherever you're going to put in, you want to maintain that evidence at, so you won't get a decrease. Going on from there, if you're trying to get an increase from 70% to 100, you got to have increased issues going on with your already, you know, everything that's already known, symptoms and impacts, as well as increases to your work, professional life. Maybe you've lost communication with your kids. Maybe you've got a divorce when it comes to the personal side. You know, other, you know, personal family events. And when it comes to work, maybe you've been in and out of work over the last 12 months. You know, you can't get promoted due to issues with your PTSD, you know, things of this nature. But you want to start building that medical evidence. But you always secondary disabilities on top of PTSD. But since you already have a mental health disability and a rating, you can't just like, okay, hey, you know, give me insomnia for this. So definitely it'll be rolled in together. If that answers your question, double. Any other questions, comments, motherfucking concerns? Until I get a question, as always, you know, y'all know what time it is. This motherfucking Friday. This motherfucking sweet tea and peach time. Y'all know what I mean. But yeah. No updates on the Pact Act presumptive conditions. Still the same thing. Still top 5 is going to be hypertension, high blood pressure. That's number one. Chronic sinusitis, allergic rhinitis, bronchial asthma, and some motherfucker word I still can't pronounce. I'm not a doctor. I'm not gonna try and pronounce these words, but I mean, hey, it's on the VA.gov. If you go to Google, type in motherfucking Pact Act presumptive dashboard, that information will pull up, and I believe it's on the 5th page. Motherfucker, Christopher Cannon, what you drinking on today? Today, just something. Who cut your hair? Hey, motherfucker, crisp. I mean, I got this last Saturday. Well, hold on. What I'm drinking on today, Christopher? I am drinking on some sweet tea and some Crown Royal Peach. A little bit later on. Right now, just water. Just got at the gym, so I gotta hydrate. Over here sweating in front of this motherfucking window, but hey, we push on, we press on, brother man. LA, who cut your hair? So, what's up, motherfucker, Keith? No sweat. What's up, dog? LA, not fucking around. Hey, all jokes. I know the VA shit. It's frustrating. Sometimes a little dry, so gotta put a little seasoning on that. You know what I'm talking about? But LA, I got my hair cut in LA. This past weekend, I usually like to go to LA. Yes, sir, Keith, no sweat in the motherfucking building, unhydrated. What's up, dog? I usually go, near me, good barber, but, I was in LA. It was Labor Day weekend, obviously. I think, was it Sunday or Monday? I believe it was Sunday. It was Sunday. I went to LA, and I was trying to get into a barber prior to that, but I couldn't get into one. So I was like, hey, usually in LA, I always get the best haircuts because, they show your boy some love. Put that shaving cream, get your boy with the with the straight razor. Pardon me. But yeah, I got it in LA, dog. LA. But yeah, as y'all coming in, y'all get any questions pertaining to your VA personal claims process? How much are cuts in LA? At this specific barber, it was $30. I was impressed with the haircut. The beard lineup is still good. Still Gucci. So I tipped the man, another $20. I'm like, hey, here you go. Appreciate your strife. It's Labor Day. What's up, fam? Because I couldn't find any barbers. My barber, obviously, they closed from like fucking Sunday up until Wednesday. And I wanted to get a haircut, so I ended up going there. They're pretty good, right down the street. Really good, really Gucci killers with it. But like around here, like Riverside area, haircuts, I believe it's like minimum like $45. Not including the beard. So, for some of y'all, definitely invest in a straight razor. I got one too in between haircuts. So $50. Okay, $50 Debo is big time. Okay, no sir. Hey, I still work. So do the YouTube. Gotta be presentable. Come on, can't be walking around looking like a goddamn Sasquatch. Come on, brother man. Come on. Hey, as y'all coming in, y'all got any questions? Denied VA claims, Pact Act presumptive conditions, active duty military. You got any questions? Let your boy know. Definitely take advantage of that BDD. I wish I would have. And we can talk about that. So, got a couple buddies still active duty. Been asking me some question here. Hollywood Devo. Yes, sir. Motherfucker. Hollywood Marines all day. Motivate. But, a couple of active duty Marines, ask me, hey, what's this and that? How do I build medical evidence? I'm like, motherfucker, just start getting into medical. That's because you go like 10 plus years, you haven't gone into medical, and then you try to do everything your last year. It could seem a little sus. So, at the very minimum, go in yearly, annually. And how long does it take? Okay, how long does it take you to get disabled veteran license plate from the DMV? It took me 30 days. They say 45 days. But, as long as you had everything correct whenever you went into the DMV, you fill out all your paperwork, it should be good. You should be getting it in 45 days. Unless they sent it to the same correctional facility that creates the plates, because they send them to prisons, jails, and correctional facilities. I actually got two sets of plates. They got those plates and I got custom plates. And until after I paid for the custom plates, they said, oh, well, for those, it's a 6 to 9 month wait. I'm like, how? I'm sure the jail is going to they working. I don't know, whatever the case may be, but I was surprised that I did get my disabled veteran license plate at the 30-day mark. So it should be 30 days. They say 45, but it should be 30. Motherfucker going into Jose. What's up, Jose? I claim GERD secondary to, medication and anxiety. I submitted medical evidence, nexus letter, DBQ. Got a letter from the VA, was conducting a records review only. Why would they do that? Good or bad? So, I mean, if you had good medical evidence, like you had the DBQ, you had your nexus letter, medical evidence, they're pretty much just like, okay, we don't really need to bring this veteran in because you pretty much did all the legwork for them. Now, that could be good or bad depending on which third-party examiner does get a hold of that claim. At least here in SoCal, I know OptumServe was trash. What's that other one? Loyal Group. They're trash over here. VES is good, and QTC is good. Because I did go through that records review with the first two I mentioned, but it got to the VA 2 and 3 times, and then the VA didn't like what they were submitting to them, so they were just like, hey, F it, we're gonna send you into an actual physical exam with QTC, and I supply all the same information minus a nexus letter. Because I have sufficient medical evidence. So if you got good medical evidence, all you really need is a DBQ if you're going for an increase or secondaries. You don't need a nexus letter for secondary disabilities. Primary disabilities, that's different unless your medical evidence is lacking on it. Motherfucker Keith. Motherfucker no sweat. Have you heard of the White House hotline for veterans, and have they helped anyone? I have heard of some veterans calling that hotline to speed up or at least light a fire underneath their claim. I have heard that it does work, but in some cases it doesn't. The veteran is still waiting around, wondering what's going on with their claim. That could be an avenue. I still recommend. On top of that, if you've already done that, definitely contact Vera. You can go to Google, type in VERA. VA, and then it should be the first or second link on the page. Schedule for a VA representative to call you from a VA regional facility, and they should be able to give you more detailed information on your claim versus calling that 1-800 we're not going to help you number, or 1-800 we read from the script, double got denied headaches, even though I gave them personal logs dating back to May with detailed information and example duration, pain level, etc. Came back less frequent. Makes no sense. This was for an increase from 0. Okay. That makes no sense. Were you called in to a C&P exam or not? That's the biggest thing. Double. This motherfucker, yeah. Hot. Right here. Motherfucker keep sweat. I lived and still have a rental and Menifee. Shit, motherfucker, Menifee, there you go, dog, there you go. How about you sell that bad boy? Sell that bad boy. Devo's in the market. It was VES. Thank you, sir. No problem, Jose. Yes, sir. Don't say like 700,000. If it's 700,000, motherfucker keep sweat over there. Yeah, C&P exam. Okay. So what was the frequency of your migraines? And when was this claim, was it denied? Well, I'm assuming it was denied. So when was this claim closed out? Because you could possibly submit for a higher level review. Because if you supplied all that good medical evidence, it shouldn't have been a reason why that C&P examiner said no, not less frequent for migraines. That does it, yeah. So definitely, LA. How long does it take you to get a refund from an overpayment on your property tax? So I don't have a house yet, but I got a buddy, Bill Cosby. He said it took him about 5 months to get his. So, and this SoCal, closer to, it's like in between Riverside and motherfucking San Diego area. So it took him about 5 months, but they immediately stopped all of his property tax. So, if that makes sense. All right, same here. Vera didn't help me. All right, motherfucker, keep snow sweat. I mean, that's booty cheeks. You should try and contact a different Vera. Another one here in SoCal, San Diego. They were pretty good. I called one in LA as well. They were good. Just to test them. At least those two were good. I didn't have any negative opinions about them. They gave me all the good information. Ping sent a direct message to the VA rater that was dealing with my claim, and I think they gave me some little seasoning on that because I did get a partial rating like that. I was bugging Vera. Regardless, they gave me good information, but I was still bugging them for a good 3 weeks to a month. And on that final call, They say, hey, you know, blah, blah, blah. The VA rater, they're taking care of it right now. The very next day, I got a partial rating of that 100% permanent total, and now I was just waiting for the last two things, which took another 4 months. So definitely, you know, should just shop around, call different bearers. But at the very least, you got to keep your head up, stay patient, brother, man. You got to stay patient. The Tex-Mex, what's up, dog? Motherfucking technical, man. I had a conversation with Barrett today, and they didn't give me squat. I've been waiting on a higher level review since January. Okay. I mean, that's definitely booty cheeks. Definitely, I would say try a different Barrett, just like I was telling Keith over there. Double. Which Barrett did you call? If you don't mind me asking. Double denied a week ago. 3 to 4 month incapacitation. Okay. 3 to 4 monthly incapacitating. Okay. Does your medical evidence state prostrating on it? Did it? Yeah, did it have prostrating? We'll have to look at. Okay. Yeah, take a look at that. See if it was prostrating, as well as, did you do a DBQ and an IMO for that as well? Let's see if you did. But yeah, let me know. Because I know the VA, they like to play games with that. Bear in Arkansas. Okay, even Stevens. Motherfucking Arkansas Bear. Okay. How are they doing? I'm in Texas, Houston, and Waco had nothing. Try Bear and Nevada. Okay. I say try San Diego. They're pretty good. At first, it was like, yeah, who the fuck is this? Answering the phone, but they were like really good. They were really good. Double. Oh, okay, got that one. Keith, no DBQ. Okay. Next letter. Okay, so all right, double. What medical evidence did you supply? The VA doc probably discouraged from doing in Redlands. Okay. No DBQ. Motherfucking Keith. I spoke with Vera in Maine. Okay. Yeah, I would say, call them out. I mean, if you don't mind, what is it? I think it's a 3-hour difference between here and San Diego. Give up San Diego a call. Like, hey, they might question why you're calling, from the East Coast. Like, I mean, I'm not getting any help over here, brother. Help me out. And they're like, okay, we got you on the West Coast. We got you on the West Side. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Saying cheesy, know what I'm talking about. Motherfucking Keith, motherfucking Sweat. Man, I got in there when I was nothing but dairy farms. Okay, yeah. At Menifee, the property value has doubled in value. Yeah, it has. You keep that property, dog. Keep dog. I was actually looking at Menifee. I was like, I don't like the 215 traffic. I ain't dealing with it. So yeah, I got a buddy out there. He has an ant farm. I don't know what ants are doing, farming. What the fuck they're farming? But he has an ant farm and a house, property out there in Menifee as well. So very good landage. I mean, the houses and shit, the properties look beautiful. Hey, power to him. Gotta stay me with it. We had double. What medical evidence did you supply for that claim? And did you do a personal statement with buddies? Okay, let's go slow. First, what did you supply? And as y'all coming in, y'all got any questions pertaining to your own VA disability journey, denied VA claims, Pact Act presumptive conditions, motherfucking high value VA claims, let your boy know. Motherfucking true crime, what's up? Back in here. Hey, did a sleep study last week and just got an email saying I have obstructive sleep apnea and will require the use of a CPAP machine. Motherfucker, hashtag 50%. Claiming the other conditions and believe I can get to 100. Okay, so just keep in mind. Okay, first claim I really proceeded with, and 22 years old. Okay, there you go. Oh, motherfucker, 22 years. So just keep in mind, true crime. So to get sleep apnea direct service, you're definitely going to have in-service complaints, or the doctor who conducted that sleep study and reviewed your results, they can provide you with a nexus letter, possibly a DBQ, to attribute sleep apnea being caused by your military service. It's not alone that you do have it's good, you're halfway there. When it comes to, you already got the diagnosis, you require the use of a CPAP machine. But just having that alone, it doesn't guarantee you the 50%. So as long as your medical evidence can support, I know it's been a long time. I didn't fucking, really know about this, but hey, all my medical evidence points to my sleep apnea was being caused by my military service. As well as I got my doctors, my sleep doctor, everyone, got my DBQ. I got all this good information that supports sleep apnea was due to X. Well, again, or it can always be a secondary disability as well. Motherfucking double provided log since May. Have to look for any statement being being a minute. Okay. Yeah, so I mean, definitely like the way I did it for my migraines, I went from 0 to 50. And I built about 6 months worth of information when I submitted. And then I went to gather another 3 months up until that C&P exam. And then I submitted that the night prior to the C&P exam. So I had, 6, 9, I had a total of 9 months worth of collected data. Now, if you're utilizing a digital app, you can always go back. But hey, fuck it. And on top of that, I used the Migraine Buddy app. I printed everything out. I added that to my claim, and it showed the frequency, intensity, additional things. And you put in all these symptoms. If you're going away from your family, if you called off from work, all that's calculated in there. So it's like, yeah, you missed 103 days due to migraines. In the last 6 months, whatever the case may be. You've expunged all your leave days, all of your sick days. You're taking leave without pay now. So I had that. That was a good piece of evidence right there. On top of that, I had my medical evidence with my neurologist, medication, taking the medication. What else? Botox injections didn't work. I mean, alleviated pain, and it seemed like it prevented migraines from happening for at least a month, but then they came back. So, still taking the medication. So I got good medical evidence that shows that, okay, he's still getting taken care of. He's still trying to figure out if he, get that motherfucker plussed up. On top of that, the very last thing I did, well, two last things was personal statement is your bread and butter. Like, the personal statement prepares you for a denial. That's pretty much what I took from it. Through all the research that I've done, a personal statement, a well-written one, can prepare you for potential denial. So if you supply it to VA with all this good medical evidence, you have a diagnosis, stack of medical evidence showing that you're trying to get it, under control to a certain degree. You got your personal statement. You got buddy statements. At least for migraines, I only did 2. One from the spouse, one from the coworker. Coworker. I don't want to expose them, but got the coworker and shit. Involved. Hey, printed off all my leave and sick days. That I took for migraines. Supplied that all, and VA, the C&P exam would say, oh, this is very good, blah blah blah. 100% was recommended 50%, but he did mix a box. I've talked about this a couple times. Mixed the box. It was going to be 30%. Like, the VA was working quick on that, but luckily I had a VSO who was real knowledgeable. 100%. She's Gucci. She caught that. I caught that. And then prior to that VA rater finalizing that claim, because I'm sure they were going to do it the same day, they were able to push it back to the C&P examiner to check that box. So, there are some bad vibes and some bad information being said about VSOs, but that's why you got to screen these VSOs. Like, hey, how knowledgeable are you? Do you have access to VBMS? So, 100%. 100%. Move on. My bad. LA. How can I train my dog to be a service dog with the VA? Not too sure about that one. I'll get back to you, LA. I'll get back to you on that one. True crime. I have intracranial pressure on the brain and lumbar puncture yesterday, and had pressure causes headaches. Okay. I'm already diagnosed, so headache should be an easy 50%. 50% right there. Motherfucker. And my sleep apnea. Yes, for my sleep apnea, I'm using obesity as an intermediate step due to lumbrosacral and cervical radiculopathy and motherfucking SpongeBob. I ain't a doctor. I ain't gonna try to pronounce. Oh no, don't worry about the typos. I can't pronounce that shit anyway. But hey, true crime. You good? You Gucci with it? Motherfucker, you Gucci with it? You should be good. With all that medical evidence. As you're building that medical evidence, just make sure that you are, tell the doctor. Seems like they are willing to work with you. But hey, write out a letter, put it in your notes. Hey, this disability mainly was caused by the military. Double. No problem, dog. Appreciate your strife. Motherfucker, Terry in the house. What's up, Terry in the house? Yeah, as y'all coming in, if y'all got any questions pertaining to your VA disability claims process, denied VA claims, let your boy know. Thinking I'll do another, in like 15 minutes or so. It seems like people like the shorter lives whenever I do cut them. You know, they're posted on the page. So, you know, trying to do like 30 to 45 minute lives. But, hey, appreciate y'all joining. Appreciate the love and support. True crime. I'm going to go to the doc with medical opinion already filled out with what I want it to say. And as for the Jan Han calculator, okay, they're welcome to edit, but everything already, yeah, 100%. There you go. Going in with a straight face. I don't know. You got too many emojis in here. You'll go in there and start laughing and shit. Don't laugh in front of the doctor. You know, wear a face mask if you think you'll be laughing. Come on, girl. Come on. What else we got? What else we got? What else do we got? There you go. But yeah, you know, going back to I got double with the migraine. So yeah, you just gotta be organized with it, especially if you're trying to get increased. But if you supply everything needed for that migraines, it should have been a reason why they gave you a 0%. I mean, they denied that claim, keep you at a 0%. Now, outside of just the logs, you still gotta be getting into the doctor. So either physically or through secure messages, emails, something showing that you're complaining about it and you're trying to get further treatment on it, if that makes sense. I'm feeling a little toasty over here. A little toasty. Yeah, so I mean that's how I got from 0 to 50, one claim, cool, pushed it. Now I went to the mental health. Hold on, let me check these messages, make sure I ain't missed anybody. I think ME said something. No, that was someone else. No fucking Keep Sweat over there with the motherfucking farms. Okay, ME not in here. He might be in here. He might be over there hiding. Damn, it's hot right here. But yeah, so, you know, try to get mental health. You don't really need additional diagnosis. Your medical evidence just needs to show, hey, you know, my symptoms have gotten worse. My impacts to my own life, personal life, and to my professional life has gotten worse. Motherfucker Keith, my C&P exam, last 10 minutes. For 4 complaints. Is that bad? That's 100% bad. What were the disabilities in which you did? Okay, what did you apply for? Well, what you put in a VA claim for? But yeah, a 10-minute exam for 4 things is bad. I mean, at bare minimum, each exam should be lasting like, I would say 20 minutes minimum. But if you got an examiner like rushing you through it because they see your name and they see 4 things attached to it, they're gonna fuck it up. Obviously, if it's a 10-minute exam, and more than likely, I'm sure they're not filling out a DBQ. What 2 minutes apiece? No, stop the cap. Stop the cap. So I mean, if you suspect that it was an inadequate exam, I recommend that you. If you have a VSO, have your VSO submit that to the VA, as well as you could possibly call the 1-800 number or have Vera contact you. I would say start with the 1-800 number first because it's immediate. You may have to wait some time for Vera, or if you don't have a VSO, or if you do, you know, it might be some time. But 10 minutes, I mean, I would definitely request an inadequate exam and request for the next C&P exam to be 4 different ones. Like, if you don't mind doing 4 different exams with 4 different raters, that'll be more in your best interest than, fucking 10-minute exam for 4 things. What did you actually claim? If you don't mind me asking. Well, like, motherfucking elevation. What's up, brother man? Brother, sister man. Records review for sleep apnea by VES. Had a home test. What can I expect? Did you have a diagnosis of sleep apnea and a sleep study conducted prior to putting in that claim? As well as, are you active duty or a veteran? Kind of. Give me 1 segundo. No, I think I'll be good. Let me see. Just gotta pick it up. Dog she wants to get out the room. And I'm sweating over here. Me. There we go. Back into his house. Live chats. Not in a while. I'm a vet. Okay. Not in a while. I'm a vet. I was deployed in the Caribbean, United States Coast Guard. Alright. What's up, brother, man? Okay. Currently tinnitus, wrist sprain. Service connected. Okay. We're waiting on raw. Motherfucker 15. My own way was Gucci with 80% with no mental health ratings. Will a 70% mental health rating be the finish line? So it depends if you're on the low end of 80% or if you're on the high end. So if you're 75% rounded up, more than likely not. If you're like at 84% rounded down, you'd be fucking set. At a 70%, yeah, you'd be good. I think at a 70%, you should be good regardless, yeah. But that's if you get 70% for mental health. We're waiting on raw. Yeah, raw. Motherfucking raw elevation. I would definitely recommend that you see if you can put in for an inadequate exam. Especially 10 minutes. No, that don't jive with me. I would have said no way. Ain't no way, brother. Ain't no way. As y'all coming in, y'all got any questions pertaining to your own VA claims process? Let your boy know. Motherfucking toasty over here. Toasty. Heaven almighty. What do you tell the psychiatrist when they ask how are you? I mean, living. I'm here. Staying Gucci with it. I'm trying to stay Gucci with it. Especially if you're trying to build medical evidence or if you're going to the VA, you don't want to, skip in there, do backflips, be like, hey, just be 100% honest. Like, hey, out of the week, I may have had one good day. The rest has been, I've just been on fucking airplane mode, whatever the case may be. Like, you don't want to fudge your symptoms and issues, but you do want them to be accurate, especially if that psychiatrist is going to be writing everything down. Like, hey, since I last seen you, I may have had, if it's been 2 weeks, I may have had 2 days good out of the last 2 weeks, or 3 days, or I've been having a shit time, bad luck, fucking people getting on my nerves, motherfucking kids. I'm about to slap these kids up, not me, but somebody. You know what I'm talking about? So you just definitely need to get detailed with it. Don't go into, you should go into details, but you don't want to be fudging things or underselling yourself, if that makes sense. Motherfucker almighty. Raw elevation, my bad. I was on, my bad. What was the question you asked for? You asked me, brother? For the disabilities in which you had the 4 disabilities in which you had the 10-minute claim, the 10-minute C&P exam for, what were those conditions for? Oh, motherfucking Ruben. What's up, Ruben? Please explain secondary service connection. Do I have to attend another C&P exam for chronic sinusitis and sleep apnea? So, Ruben, is the secondary that you are submitting for, is it a secondary due to both of those issues? Are both of those issues causing that secondary issue? So the way, just rough, skinny, the way secondary service connections work, if a already service-connected disability is causing another disability, that's pretty much where the secondary condition comes into. So if you're service-connected for your back and now you're having hip issues, that's the secondary. Or if you're having mental health issues because you can't function as you used to be, it could be depression, it could be anxiety, it could be, it could be keeping you awake at night. All these different mental health disabilities, that can be a secondary to your back. But different criterias will come into play depending on what you are trying to submit for, if that makes sense. Motherfucker almighty, I don't want a reduction. 100%, no one does. Nobody. And are you only going to a VA medical? Is that what you asked? Because, sometimes those, I don't trust the VA. Fuck that. I just go everything private route. Motherfucking Jan Justice. Do I need a nexus from outside doctor if I want to claim for radiculopathy secondary to my back pain? No. First of all, you do not. Or with the VA treatment record should be enough. So your medical evidence needs to show causation. So if you're going to supply your VA records, it needs to be like an exchange. Okay, you're complaining about it, and your doctor, they may or may not acknowledge it, but the VA needs to at least see that you're complaining about it. Hey, my back is causing sciatica in my both legs. Hey, my back is causing my neck to stiffen. Hey, my back is causing, depression, anxiety. You need to complain about it. If you don't complain about it, you can't establish that causation. And if that's the only thing that the VA looks for when it comes to secondary disabilities is causation. How is that already service-connected disability causing that secondary disability, if that makes sense? Like, you don't need a nexus letter. A DBQ would be nice, but you don't need a nexus letter for any secondary disabilities. A nexus letter is really only needed, I would say, for sleep apnea, regardless of how you're trying to do it, as well as for those disabilities in which you're trying to obtain direct service connection for, and you possibly are lacking medical evidence from in-time service, and it could possibly be a gap in between. So, like, if it's been 5 years, if it's been 20 years, I definitely recommend, if your medical evidence doesn't already support that disability starting in your active duty time period, a nexus letter or some type of notes written from your doctor, your treating physician, surgeon, psychiatrist, neurologist, whatever the case may be, you would definitely want to make sure that that's in there. Hopefully I answered your question. Motherfucking Jan Justice. Courtney Firestone. How much in depth does my personal statement have to be with MST? Like, do I have to explain everything in detail? You don't. For your personal statement, yes. I would say explain everything in detail, because the VA they do process MST claims differently than all the, than mental, motherfucking depression, anxiety, insomnia, all that stuff, as well as PTSD. So PTSD and MST they have different criteria for it. But definitely for MST claim, I do recommend that you get detailed with it. I mean, it's going to be, if it's your first claim or if it's an increase, you want to be 100% up, forth, and coming. You don't want to leave anything on the table, or you don't want to over exaggerate anything, because then you're going to be like, you don't want to keep telling this story over and over. Obviously, you want to respect your own mental health, and you don't want to keep talking about it. You just want to go on there one time, have everything, all the meat and potatoes. As much as it may hurt, they may call you in for the C&P exam, they may not, but you definitely want to have everything on the table for the VA. So whenever they do decide to adjudicate that claim or send you into a C&P exam, hey, you bring all that information in. Definitely have your personal statement. If you can get good detailed personal statements from a buddy or two, definitely as well. And as you're talking about it, you definitely want to talk about, as well as, how has this impacted your personal and your work life? Symptoms associated with that disability as well, or that mental health issue. And just you got to be organized with it. You definitely got to be organized with it. Come in there 100%. Hey, this is what's going on. This is what happened. This is how it's affected me, and I'm sure it's going to affect me for the rest of my life. Courtney Firestone. Hopefully I answered your question. Ruben. I'm exposing myself to a new rating for chronic sinusitis. I want to connect sleep apnea to chronic sinusitis. What is that? So is okay. So I would assume. Okay, so more than likely you're not going to get into they're not going to reschedule you for a C&P exam for the direct disability. They always have that opportunity, but right now it's been very rare that some veterans get reevaluated for that direct service disability when they're putting in for a secondary disability. As long as your medical evidence supports that, you're still having chronic sinusitis issues, you should be good to not get re-examined. But at the VA suspects that you haven't been getting seen for it, if you haven't been seen for your sinusitis, the VA can be like, okay, well, we'll give you the secondary for sleep apnea, but you haven't been, taking your medication, has actually lapsed, you haven't been complaining about it, we're going to reduce that. So whenever you go back into the VA claims process, you want to make sure you're maintaining medical evidence to support all your disabilities until you've established permanency on a specific disability. Hold on, answer the question. Motherfucking rock. That was not me. I asked about records review was sent to me. Yes, I had a C&P exam for IBS before and blood test. Okay. Motherfucking raw elevation. Raw. Not the Ex-servicemen service though. My bad, the question was for me, brother. Okay, who is that? Caribbean, USCG. Records review for sleep apnea by VES. Okay, yeah. I'm tripping, Ra. I'm tripping. Yeah, so, I mean, you should be good. As long as your medical evidence supports, you should be good with the sleep apnea. Motherfucker, 15 my own way. I have 2 bilaterals in the same rating. Flat feet, and okay. Flat feet, pes planus, is that an additional 20? I mean, it depends on how they rate it. So, if they roll both of those together, the most you can get for pes planus is 30%. The most you can get for pes planus is 50. The most you can get for plantar fasciitis is 30%. So depending on which one is more severe, if it rates a higher percentage, they'll still roll them together. But like if it's more, flat feet issues, it'll be 40 or 50%. Or if it's like if it's just like mainly plantar fasciitis issues, it'll be a 30%. Unless your medical evidence can support a differentiation of the two. And flat feet and pes planus is the same thing. 15 my own way. You might be talking about flat feet and plantar fasciitis. Brian Lovely, the VA is a game, and the writers are the referees. Sometimes they get a call right, sometimes they get the call wrong, but you still have to know how to play the game. Play the game, 100%. Yes, sir. Always got, going in prepared, ready for it, 100%. 2023, you're the vet. Double. Which is the path of least resistance for secondary back pain? My right ankle injury, So how would you? I mean, a mental health disability secondary to your back will be easier all of those will be easy as long as your medical evidence supports causation. Ankle issues, obviously if you already have degenerative disc disease, it's a given. If you have arthritis, spinal stenosis, if you have sciatica in both limbs, if you're not already service connected for that, that's easy. When it comes to PTSD, I'm not too sure about PTSD being secondary to back. It very well could if, depending on the circumstances in which you were injured in your back and you were service connected. But, you could possibly take a different route if you're trying to do a mental health disability secondary to your back. Depression, anxiety will be, insomnia will be what I would recommend. Jen, do you know about claiming for low heart rate by the VA claim? Not too much on that one. I'll do some research on that one, and I will. I'll get back to you, Jen. Courtney, thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, no problem, Courtney. Appreciate your strife. Motherfucking Ruben Vargas. Perfect. Thank you. Oh, appreciate your strife, brother, man. Appreciate your strife. But hey, till next time. I'm fucking roasting. Y'all stay Gucci with it. Get that sweet tea and whiskey. Motherfucking wine for the ladies. Till motherfucking next time. Y'all know what fucking time it is. This motherfucking Debo out. Y'all say Gucci with it. 2023. You're the vet.